Welcome back to the farm. The garden slash farm is pretty much done for the year. So now the only thing I really have to focus on outside basic yard maintenance and pulling up a few Jerusalem artichokes is the bees and the composting. And the composting is super easy compared to the bees. So I talked about getting your hive winterized in the last video, but I never talked about what the bees do internally. So, as a beekeeper, your number one job is to make sure they have enough food. You can't feed a 1-to-1 sugar water. What they want is a 2-to-1 sugar water. Problem that I've run into with my Boardman feeders is the sugars is the liquid so viscous. This is a chemist's term for thickness. It's actually locking up inside the jar. So I'm still trying to figure out an effective way of moving that to the bees. But right now they're not very active because it's about 53 degrees. They don't really like 50-degree day weathers. So what the queen will do as soon as it starts getting cooler, she switches to laying her last brood of the season, and that's what we call winter bees. They live on average about 6 months. They can live up to 8 months. They're a little more hardier. And what they will do is they don't hibernate. They will form a very tight cluster in the middle of the hive, in this case the middle of the bottom box. They will dislocate the wing muscles and vibrate. That will raise the ambient temperature in the hive to about 94 degrees. Then, this like emperor penguins, they will rotate in and out so everyone gets a turn that's staying warm. Because if they don't, they freeze to death. That does not sound very fun to me. And they will access their honey stores where they can reach to. Now, as the box empties, they will go up. They will continue going up as high as they can. Now, so if you see my camera shaking, that's because we have a cold wind and it's about 52, 53 degrees right now. So you don't see very many bees out. So starvation is a very real possibility. And those are ways you can combat that. But right now, me going inside the hive on a day like this is not going to help them, because I will break the weavers, the seal that they have in the hive, and that will let wind in. And you know, anyways, worked outside would tell you, if you have a hard, cold wind, that is more harder on you than actually staying warm. Now, as far as feeding goes, on the days that's above 60, like yesterday was an 80-degree day, they were going crazy. You want to do a 2-to-1 sugar to water ratio to mimic the carbs. The sugar water is what we would consider carbs, and pollen is protein, right? You don't see a lot of pollen right now. They just don't have, it's just not available. The other thing you would need to worry about is doing a Verona mite treatment, which half of the hives in the US, last time I checked, equated about 50% hive loss just from them. So, and a lot of people out in my neck of the woods would use a oxalic acid treatment, which is, if you don't know what that means, what I'm referring to, if you ever had broccoli and you get that first taste, that is that acid you're tasting. This is a lot more potent And there's a couple methods you can deliver. Oh, a lot of people like to do vaporization. Because what happens is the acid will vaporize inside the hive, and it will, as it will settle down in the hive, it forms tiny crystals. The Verona mites walk across the crystals and observe the acid through the foot pads, and it causes a nerve disruption. I haven't decided if I need to do that. I probably will, but you know, more equipment. The next thing you should look at is buying any equipment. If you're getting into beekeeping, you bought our bees, make sure you find out what type of configuration of hive you want. I would recommend this type of hive. This is the Langslow. It's been around since the Civil War. Very standard. You have an 8-frame or 10-frame. A lot of people will just buy a 1 hive box, which is the bottom box, and the rest would be all supers. I wanted mine to be a little more durable, just because I do have the garden. I wanted them to be able to get more of a pollination. You do have to, you know, you don't necessarily have to, but I would recommend registering hive with our county. That way, if they fog for mosquitoes, they don't kill our hive in the process. And if you're wanting to sell the honey at a farmer's market, a lot of those farmer markets require you to be on a sensitivity map. Which, you know, out here in Tulsa, you can sign up for that sensitivity map for free. The license is only like $10 out here, so it's pretty reasonable. It does have to be renewed every year. I'm trying to make sure there's anything else left. And I think that's it for the video, because I think I covered everything. Hopefully they will get through this winter, and come spring, when I get my new box on there, I'll have plenty of honey and show you how to extract the honey and all that lovely stuff. Also, if you have any plants that are producing seed, now is a good time to harvest the seeds. Any remaining plants that you have that you know that may not like whatever, for example, like the peas. I don't recommend having a garden during the winter. I just don't. But if you have lettuce and stuff, like this lettuce is frost resistant, so that will work a lot better. And if you're wondering about the garden, a lot of times what I do during this year is I will continue my composting, because that should never stop. That's my #1 thing that keeps going. I would also start looking at seed companies. Seed companies like Baker Creek, Seed Savers. Order their seed catalogs, which is completely free. When I get those catalogs, I go through there and I start picking out what I like, or if they have any promotions. And I start bulking up on my seeds. So like if this plant right here is fennel, if I wanted, I can collect these seeds. I'm not, because I got fennel seeds already. So it works fine for me. Then I start making my plants. What am I going to grow? Does it work nice? Does it play nice with another species? For example, tomatoes and basil works nice together. Tomatoes and potatoes do not. And here's the other cat. You want to say hi, buddy? Want to say hi? Gotta say, cats make demands, dogs don't. But that's it for the video, because during the winter time I just don't have a lot of... What are you doing, buddy? you doing? During the winter time, I just don't have a lot of activities going on. But I also start dealing with my reading material, any back-ended stuff. This is the time where gardeners actually do take up a lot of reading because they just have more time in their hands. At the end of the days are getting sore. Ow. What are you doing, buddy? You're okay, you're okay. I'm going in. Sorry about that distraction. Also, if you have any water barrels, make sure you drain them. But that will be the video tonight, or today. Thanks for joining. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.